in Myanmar, the Myanmar situation is pretty complicated because you have uh, religions involved there. You know, like the Buddhists killing the Muslim, kicking them out. We have culture involved there because we are different. We're different from you. You're different from us. You have ideology, political ideology, because we behave in this kind of ways, and then you don't behave in this kind of way. So it is a mess there. So you can see that I don't even know how to I don't even know how to really break it down, you know, for this conversation. Tribal conflicts have always existed among peoples around the world. That is a natural way. Even before the Africans and the Asians interacted with the Europeans, they had their own internal problems. You know, there were tribes. You know, there were clans. You know, our clan is trying to get this land and go fight that clan and take it. You know, we had those little things at a minimal level. You know, we were different because we belonged to the same tribe, or we're different because we belong to the same clan. We're different because we're different because that. And there's always been that kind of fight going on. That is just a natural way of doing things. You can even look at the animals. It's the same thing. You know, you have why don't lion kill lion? Sometimes they do when they fight because over a lioness, you know, for a woman, or over food. But why don't they go out there hunting lions? Because lion will hunt together other animals because it's their own kinds, you know, and so you see even animals will group themselves in kinds and don't kill each other inside their little kinds, and will hunt other kinds to kill. So but if there is fight among them, then it's just like brothers and sisters will fight over a disagreement within the family. It's a family fight. I have fought with my brother a million times because we disagree a little things, even physically when I was growing up. You know, maybe we fight over food because there wasn't enough, or maybe we fight over something we disagree, and we all push to our ideas and trying to convince forcefully the other and all that. So these things are natural. They're inherently natural. So that is like the basis that you should look at this from. That those kind of fight begins even within the family itself, where you have a place where you have more than one. There's already more than one consciousness coming together is not always for the good. There will be disagreement, there will be problem. You know, when the man find a woman, the man by himself is already within himself okay. I'm trying to break it down to the cellular level, but I really hope I don't get you lost there. So good. Yeah. Yeah. So let me tell you, I was reading this African stories because my book has a lot of anecdotes. I really love the direction my book is taking. You know, I bring a lot of, you know, when you and I started these classes, I was always reading you an African tale, African story at the beginning of the class to tell you this is how they used to teach us about life lessons and all that, and then we delve into the class. Because that is how I learn my wisdom, my knowledge. It's not in the books. Is sitting around the fire at night with the family, the father and the uncle and everybody, and telling us stories about kingdom of animals and kingdom of men and how this, and discussing specific human conflicts and all that happening between animal, and see how the animal resolve those conflicts, and then give us the takeaway, the lesson we should learn from there that should guide the way we live in society. That was the goal, and that is what taught me my wisdom. So and I was reading one of those stories again yesterday, as I'm putting a lot of those anecdotes in my book. The story says, one day, let me make sure I know what I'm trying to explain to you, because when I'm going to delve into the story, I might even lose what I'm trying to explain to you. Yeah, so you were talking about a general conflict. Okay. So one day, one person, right? You're individual, you have one consciousness, but just to show you that conflict is inherent of our very existence, even as an individual piece, an individual person. You know, even the way you think, sometimes you are struggling with several ideas and trying to pick the right one to deal with the situation. Even the conflict itself is already within the individual, to tell you that is a natural phenomenon. So the story goes this way, the African wisdom. One day, parts of the body started complaining that the stomach, the stomach is what, when you eat, the stomach kind of grinds the food and make it into nutrient that will go into your bloodstream and give the vitamin you need, and then the waste will go out through the liver and all that, and then to the poop. So the stomach is very important, because that's where the whole food gets really distributed, digested to send the strength to other part of the body. So now the part of the body gets angry. The parts of the body think that the stomach is taking advantage of them. They say, we do all the work, but the stomach is just lazily in there. We feed it. He doesn't do anything. The eyes will see the food. The hand will take the food and cook. The mouth will chew, and the teeth will chew the food and everything. The throat will bring it in there. The foot or the feet will walk to go get the food. So every part of the body has a function, to do something. So they're not lazy. Every single part of the body is doing something. But the stomach is just sitting. So those are the part of the body conspiring now against the stomach, complaining that the stomach is too lazy and it's taking advantage of the other member of the body. So they decide to go on strike. So the head and the eyes and the nose and the mouth, everything say, I'm not going to see anymore. I'm not going to even do anything. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to do nothing. The hand say, I'm not going to get food. I'm not going to, get anything, cook or anything. I'm just going to do nothing, just like the stomach. The feet say, I'm not even going to walk. I'm not going to do nothing. So all these members of the body are going on strike against the stomach, which they accuse of being lazy in there doing nothing. So, and what they realize later on, as they went on strike, they realized that the strength they used to have started disappearing. They started feeling very weak, and they can't move anymore. They can't do anything. So even that strike got out of their hand, because they were literally dying. And then they realized, like, no, actually what they were doing was for their own good. They were actually feeding the stomach, because the stomach was feeding them back with the energy and everything. So they apologized to the stomach and resumed their work, because they were literally dying. So it's a very interesting story, but it's just to tell you that even as a singular individual, naturally there is already that propensity of being in conflict within yourself. Now, take that entity, multiply it by 2. Like you have another consciousness, another individual, who now interact with you, like you, your girlfriend, you, your wife, and you, your brother, you, and any kind of partnership or relationship. These are 2 consciences that come together. Do you think it will always be kumbaya? No. There will be moments they will see things differently. There will be moments they will disagree. There will be moments of different things, because they're just too different. So, and sometimes they'll be happy, sometimes they will fight, because one will be trying to force his ways to the other and her ways to the other, and so on and so forth. That is that. Now they have children. If it's only one child, then there's a triangle. If the 2 parents are blah blah blah, then the child becomes the hostage. one parent want to do this and that. Now if the children is more than one, it's two, now there's fight not only between the parent, now between the children also who are fighting over something. So the conflict now inherent there, even within that. Now you expand that out into cousins who now are among themselves but fight, but then will group themselves against other people who are not from the same family. And now you expand it into a clan who will now fight against other clan, and then expand it to a tribe. And you can see how it begins to grow, carrying that inherent natural conflictual way of being out there. So that is a natural part of it. When it becomes complicated now is when it becomes an ideology, when it becomes weaponized, and people like European and even other people who are smarter, who understand this natural way of being, they now capitalize on that. They now use that to their own advantage. And that is how the European understood it very quickly and very early, that this is a natural way of people, to mistrust people, distrust other people, and have that natural way of conflict and fighting and all that. And now, when two parties fight, usually the third party is the beneficiary of the fight. So, and the European now develops, especially the British, what is now called divide and conquer. What do you think that whole thing started? Because they exploited a natural way of people to be, to mistrust all each other, and now fan that mistrust while they control it from afar, knowing that when these people will fight among themselves, we as a third party can control it from afar and then manipulate it, push it to whichever direction we want to push it, as long as we get the result we're looking for. Now you go to the Myanmar case, you can see that they have the natural inner struggle there. But now when you want to look at it from the perspective of ideology, you can see that there's some. So when they asked the woman who won Aung San Suu Kyi or something, who won the Nobel Prize and all that, of Peace Prize or whatever, that why is she not talking about what is happening there and all that like that? What did she say? She cowered away. She basically, didn't want to. It was pretty clear that she was taking the position of the monk, and the Buddhist there, as opposed to I watched her response the other day on YouTube, when they were asking her, what do you have to say about the way these people are treating the Muslim and kicking them out and all that, monk and all that, and now they have the right to defend their own thing, they have the right to do this and that. She was trying to find some kind of excuses, and you could see which side she was on, right? So you can understand that there is now a political ideological thing behind it that is being manipulated somewhere because somebody is benefiting from it. And that is why you need to go and look why this is, going in this direction and nothing is happening. Who is benefiting from this mess? Who is the beneficiary? Those, if you can trace that, then you know where the cause is. Who is actually fanning it instead of trying to decrease it? Who is actually taking advantage of it? So that's the whole thing, right? So you've raised so many things, but that is a little bit how you can see that.